Hi guys, Angela here with ElaCateDesigns. I know I've been kind of MIA for quite a while. I took some time off during the holidays, and since then I have been busy creating. I think it's currently 10 journals in progress. Why 10? Because why not? It started out with 3 and just kind of went from there. I have a couple collections I'm working on, but I thought I would do something a little different today. This video could end up being a total fail and I trash it before anyone sees it, but we'll see how it goes. I thought I would do a kind of play with me video, create with me. So I'm sure most of you have seen Nazi over at Amity Bloom, her recent video with her heirloom envelopes, which were a huge inspiration for this here, along with Michelle Mooney, who is the Paper Addiction on YouTube. If you don't know who either of those are, go subscribe to them now, because they are both geniuses in their own right, and they have provided me with so much inspiration and ideas over the years. It's ridiculous. So I took kind of Nazi's idea with the envelopes, and I don't know, I changed it up a little bit for what I was doing. And one of the things was I wanted to use some washi tape. I have a ridiculous amount of washi tape, as I'm sure many of you also do, that I just never use. And so between Nazi's ideas for the envelopes and then Michelle Mooney, who does a lot with the washi and layers and kind of this grungy vintage antique awesomeness. So this is the paper base for one of the next journals. I wanted to do vintagey, grungy, neutrals, blacks, whites, creams, browns, that. So these have already been coffee stained and sewn with lace on them and all that jazz. So this is the kind of base for the journal to get started. So now I made a bunch of these envelopes that you can use for ephemera within the journals. So it's layered washi, and these are actually Theosaurus book pages, and sewing the sewing tissue from the sewing patterns layered on, and vintage buttons and lace and coffee dyed cheesecloth. And some of the envelopes I open on the side so you can slide things in. Some of them are opened on the top. I've done some of my kind of typical flowers, and these are probably upside down, are they not? Are they not? Yeah. Sorry guys, my camera flipped on me and I didn't realize it. So this one here is a glassine bag that I've just folded over and layered on. That way you can still slide some things in there. I have a couple of these. Here's another one. So I just love the kind of grunginess with these. I love these peekaboo windows. I sliced it open and I lined the inside with pattern paper. So, I mean, you get the idea. So we're going to make 1 or 2 of these today. We'll see what we have time for. This is a bag I created out of some deli paper that got real grungy because I was using it to stain seam binding, and so it got real grungy. And then some tags I've made to go in the journal as well. So I've got a pile of envelopes and bags here, so we're just going to choose one to kind of decorate. Here, we'll do one of these guys, since I haven't done one of these for this journal yet. So when you coffee dye them, a lot of times the adhesive kind of comes off on the seams, so I just add a little glue and get that guy back down. So sometimes I don't do it the same way every time, because what sense would that make? I've got my little thing here of my washi tape Tim Holtz and 7 Gypsies and some other odds and ends. This was just kind of the color palette that I grabbed from, and these are my absolute 2 favorites. So we'll just start, because yeah, that's what we do. I don't know if you guys will be interested in videos like this in the future. I don't want to call them tutorials, because it's not really a tutorial, because I really don't think that I know anything more than anybody else. It's just, we all kind of play off each other and inspire each other, and heck, most of you probably might even know more than I do. So that's why I kind of am just calling it a create with me video. So if you like that, let me know. If not, let me know too. I'll just stick to my journal flip throughs that have been far and few between in the past few months, which I apologize for, but you guys know how it is with holidays and family and work, and so yeah. So I'll trim these little edges off later on once I get kind of all my layering and whatnot done. So I'm just kind of thinking about what I want to do from this point. Let's see here. This is the cleanest my desk has been in quite a while, I'll be honest. I'm one of those people that I kind of create in chaos. I don't know why, I just do. There's usually piles and piles of stuff on my desk, paper and lace and ribbon and all that. So this is just some sewing tissue I'm kind of ripping, and we're going to layer some of this on here with these. So gotta get some glue. This might actually really be kind of boring to watch, guys. Didn't really think of that much. So we'll see. We'll see. It's still relatively early here. I'm on my second cup of coffee, so good morning. Alright, so there's that. And I've got some pulled out a few pages from one of my thesauruses, because that's fun to say. Okay, so I pulled this one out because it had the word odd in it, and I like that. So I'm just going to rip out the word odd and its synonyms. I think it has antonyms too. Yeah. Ooh, and they have oddball after that, so maybe we'll use oddball later too, because it says eccentric, and I love that. I love eccentric people. Most people I've noticed in my life do have a tendency to be eccentric. I attract those kinds of people, so yay for me. Alright, so then we're just going to kind of ink this up a bit, which normally I do, which you can't see because I'm off camera. I've got one of those Weir Memory Keeper, the glass cutting things. Wow, I'm good with the words today. So it's like a glass cutting mat, but it's glass instead of a mat. So I have that under my desk on the little rollout where I do my inking. So see, all inked up now, and it says odd and strange. So I gotta figure out how I want to layer this. I'm thinking I need some cheesecloth. Yeah, some cheesecloth. So we're just gonna cut some cheesecloth. Maybe I should create on camera more because I was just a good girl and put my scissors back where they belong instead of just tossing them in a pile on the desk and then I can never find them again. You know. Alright, so I'm just kind of playing and pulling and tearing out the cheesecloth. And we like that. Like that here, maybe. First, I want to add a little bit of this. I like this little black washi tape. It says vintage on it, and old, and memories, and friends, and family. But I like it because it's skinny and black, so it gives that little bit of break when you're doing a collage, and adds just a little bit more of the dark to it. Now, if you notice, I did a little dab of glue behind it because I've noticed certain washi does not like to stay stuck down, especially on like the glassine bags and the paper bags. So I just added a bit of glue. So now we're gonna do that. Yeah, I think so. If you're wondering why I do the glue and then the glue stick, it's because I like spreading the glue, especially when it comes to gluing down the tissue paper or the cheesecloth. I've just noticed it works better for me. And I use different glues for different things. My go-to glue is Eileen's Tacky Glue. which I have the regular original, you know, this one, but I actually have like a gallon bottle of it, so I just refill this bottle all the time. But I also like this clear gel tacky glue that I've got a few bottles of, for specifically what I'm doing here with the collaging, because if it seeps out onto something you don't want, you can kind of just rub at it with your finger and it will pull it up. So there's that. Alrighty, so now what do I want to add? Probably some buttons, because I like the buttons. Let's see here. So I've got multiple jars of buttons. I'm obsessed with white vintage buttons, and I've been buying them whenever I go to antique stores, and I find a jar and I buy it. Let's see, let's do that bigger white one, and then I've got some darker ones here, so let's find a little black one. It's kind of blackish, brownish, purplish, which is fine. Let's see. I get weird when I pick out buttons. I do. I don't know. It's got to be just right. Like, I will lay down 12 or 20 buttons until I like it. So I like that button. See, I'm gonna change it up again. I'm gonna switch it up. And how bored are you guys? Because we're already at 17 minutes. So maybe we'll just make one of these. Oh my goodness. That's kind of funny. Alright, so this one's cute and little and has a pearl sheen. So sometimes I put thread in them. Sometimes they already have thread in them. Sometimes I just leave them. Before I do that though, I am going to do some stamping. So I have the faded script stamp from Hobby Lobby, and I had been using Vintage Photo for such a long time, and I just recently switched and I've been using the Gathered Twigs Distress ink a little more than my Vintage Photo. Don't ask why. I don't know why. It just has. So just add some ink, and I don't do it exact. I just want kind of bits and pieces. Stamped down for that kind of background look, and we're gonna call that good. Blow on it a little bit and let it dry. So then we're gonna put our buttons down here-ish. Do we like that? I think so. First, I am gonna trim off these little extra bits of washi. Alright. Then for my buttons, I use my hot glue gun, and this is just a cheapo, like $2-3 hot glue gun from Hobby Lobby. For some reason, they're my favorite, because that way, if I wear them out, they were only a few bucks. And I have a really bad tendency to be forgetful and leave my hot glue gun plugged in for hours and hours. So with the buttons and the hot glue, when you press down, obviously hot glue comes up through the holes. So I just have this little, it's technically an embossing tool, but the tip broke off, so it's just this little metal point I use to kind of dig the hot glue out of the holes. Sometimes with the buttons too, I like the backs better than the front, so I flip it around and see what I like. I think I am going to stick with the front and put it there. Yeah. We'll call that good. We'll call that good. So yeah, guys, I don't know. It's like 20 minutes of me talking awkwardly and you guys watching. Maybe you're bored and you've already turned me off. Fair enough. Fair enough. Like I said, kind of an experiment. Excuse me. My allergies are always wonky in the morning. All right, so there is our bag. Ooh, got the chills after sneezing. I'm trying to decide if I need to add any more to it. I think we're good, but I think I am gonna do a little inking and just grunge it up a bit more. Now you can do this, you can do it in colors. I did a few, so I have a journal that I'm working on, one of the 10 that's like in mint greens and teals and that type of stuff, and so I made a couple of envelopes and bags to coordinate with that one, but it's not as grungy. So let me see if I can find one, or I can find it just if I can get to it without knocking everything down. So I'll give you a sneak peek of one of the journals in progress here. And let me show you here. So this is a cute one. This is cute. So this envelope here, I sewed some sari silk on it and then layered some teal and some coffee dyed cheesecloth. And then I have notes and then some buttons. And that's upside down again. Good grief. I'm not used to my camera being at this angle, so yeah, sorry guys. Sorry. Let's see if I can find another one in here to show you guys. That turned out kind of cute. Da-dum. Here we go. So these are a little bit cleaner. They're not as grungy and they're a little more frou-frou. So we've got the layered washi tape and layered cheesecloth with some buttons. I didn't do the inking because I wanted it a little bit cleaner, I guess you could say. And then some lace and sari silk that have been sewn onto the flap. So see, you can do lots and lots of different things. With this idea. I just loved Nazzie's idea with the heirloom envelopes. I watched that video probably like 3 times in 2 days, and I just loved it. And I love her. She's fantastic. She's so sweet and so cute and so funny. So I don't know if this video will make it up or not, because half of it was probably upside down and you guys are probably yelling at me, and you know, but maybe you guys got some ideas from this. Maybe you didn't. But whatever the case may be, thank you for watching and sticking with me and laughing with me, or at me. That's cool too. I'm fine with that. So I hope you guys have a great day, and hopefully I will be back soon with some finished journals for you. There's a few that are almost done. I just have to make the covers for, and you know, sew in the signatures and so on. I always do my covers last on my journals because I never know how big they're gonna get, because I start out small and then they grow. So I've learned to do my covers last. So there's a few that are just waiting on covers, and then there's a few that are just in various stages of progression and being completed. So hopefully I will be back soon with some videos for you guys. Have a great week, and thanks again. Bye guys.